So, how's it going, no one? In today's video, I just swallowed a load of spit there for no reason. But in today's video, I thought, uh, how's it going there, no one? So, today, that was a perfectly fine. I'm not even going to edit that. That was a perfectly fine intro. Why didn't I just try and edit that out and start with another? Sorry about that. This is a series I'm going to do, basically, that to help people who are new to Premiere Pro and who really kind of are finding it hard to use it. So say you've got Premiere Pro, you downloaded it illegally, or you paid €800 for it, and it's kind of sucks and you don't know how to use it after paying that much money for it. So that's what this video series is for. This is going to be called Premiere Pro for Beginners. And who am I to teach you? Who am I? I'm no one to teach you. I mean, I don't know. You probably know more than me in about a month or two. But the reason I'm doing this is because I know my way around Premiere pretty well. And I just think it'd be nice to help people out with Premiere, like for amateurs like me. Like, I'm not a professional editor, and I see like a load of professional editors do tutorials, and sometimes like them tutorials are perfectly fine. Don't get me wrong, but sometimes they are a bit complicated and hard to follow, or sometimes they're just way too simplified, and you're like, get on with it. I know all this shit. So this is going to be a mix in between. Like, I know you're not stupid. I know you just want to learn how to use the software, learn all the fun stuff. So yeah, we're just going to get right into it now. I've blabbered on enough, and yeah, let's just teach you how to use Premiere. Use it properly. So yeah, we're going to go into Premiere. We're going to go to a new project. I'm sure you people know how to open a new project, but I'm going to teach you a few little things here. So here, as with much video, leave it a time code, depending on unless you have fucking like multiple cameras and you're using like 9mm film or whatever, or 16mm film, leave it a time code. You could put frames, but that's just the frame rate that your video is gonna. Time code is pretty much the best to leave at, really. Display format, you can do it whatever you want. I just leave it to milliseconds. Capture format, Now this is for a capture card. If you're using a capture card and you're using Premiere to capture it. HDV is for HD. If you're capturing HD games, for example, you just say HDV. If you're just doing standard definition, just say DV. It really doesn't matter. You can still capture HDV with a normal one as long as you have a proper input. But yeah, I'll just leave it HDV if you want. You can change it to whatever you want. But if you're doing HD, leave it HD. If you're not doing HD, you can still kind of leave it HD if you want. Scratch discs, this is quite important. If you don't have much room left on your, let me just show you actually. If you don't have much room left on your, as I don't, let me just, see, I only have 6 gigs left on my OS drive, so I need to clear that up a bit. If you have dual hard drives, like I do, always save your scratch discs, and always get Premiere to save scratch discs and save your cache to your drivers folder or to your second hard drive, or if you have a external hard drive, get it to save it to that, because it will fill up your OS drive very fast, and you don't want your OS drive filling up, or else you get problems. So yeah, just always, if you do have a dual hard drive or a separate hard drive, always put the cache and scratch discs. Always go to browse. Same as project, you could do same as project either. That's what I do. I also save my projects to the drivers, so that's okay. But yeah, always put it to a separate hard drive if you can. If you can't, it's okay. Just make sure you make a separate folder and you delete your cache when you're not using it. Okay, it makes sense. I hope it's making sense. So now we're just going to name our project. I'm going to name this. You can name anything you want. This isn't actually your project name. You name the project after you're done editing. But I'm just going to name this Poo. This is the name of your sequence. And yeah, Poo. I just call it Poo. I'm not even laughing at that because that's normal. Actually, what am I saying? Yeah, this is your project. This isn't the name of your video. People get confused with this. This is the name of your project you're making, not the name of your video. This is the name of your project file. So when you open it up, this is the name it's going to be. You don't have to name this like the same as your video. You can, but you don't have to, because you do all that later on. So yeah, now we're just going to press OK, or press enter, or whatever you want. Now here is quite an important part. Well, not too important. If you fuck up, it doesn't really matter. I would always recommend, unless you're a professional and you have a professional camera and everything, I would always recommend, if your camera is HD, always 720p and always 720p at 24 frames. If your camera is 1080p, then pretty much do the same. 1080p, drop down that 1080p, 25 or 24, doesn't really make a difference. Or 30, whatever. But yeah, for my camera, well, I don't have a camera anymore, fuck, but for my camera that was, I'd always use 720p 24 frames per second. Now, if you're doing gameplay videos, always 720p at 24 frames per second, unless the game's at 60 frames, and then do 720p at 60. But most likely, I always do old games, and most games anyway, that are not next gen, that are not like PS4, X1, they are always under 30. So I always have, for gameplay videos, 720p, 24. Even for PS2 games, have 720p because they'll just look like shit otherwise. So yeah, I always just keep it at that. This is your sequence name. You can call it whatever you want. I always leave it as sequence 1 because it's just handy. You don't have to call it anything pretty much. So we're going to press enter. Now don't crash on me, Premiere. Don't crash on me. Oh, load, come on. Thank you. So yeah, I thought a bit worried there. So this is your workspace. Now your workspace is going to look absolutely nothing like this. So let me just reset my workspace. Shit, come on. Reset. Yes, please. Right then, now yours will look pretty much the exact same as this. Depending on what Premiere type you're using, what version of Premiere you're using. This is CS 5.5. In my opinion, the most intuitive one for me anyway. I love timeline-based editing, and I love a nice, massive timeline. And one of the cool things about Premiere is that you can pretty much put it whatever you want. Like if you don't need this, video preview here, and just get rid of it. I always do this video preview, so I always leave it there. But a lot of people don't like this, so they always just get rid of it. So to do that, you just unlock it or close. You can just close it there, and you can just close all the panels there. So yeah, that's that. I finally got done. I edited that there because I fucked up a bit. Sorry about that. So yeah, you can just do that. Or if you want that back, just fuck's sake. But if you want that back, no biggie. If you make a change that you don't like, you can always just go Window, Workspace, and Reset Workspace. And yes, and we're back to normal. I'm gonna keep that video there because that's the way I like editing. I just deleted my fucking sequence, didn't I? This may happen to you, may not, but you're gonna have to insert a sequence onto your timeline. I'm all over the place here, sorry. First I'm going to explain you the layout because I was doing that anyway. This here is all your stuff here. This here I really recommend putting it up on the options panel because it's just easier and you can make your timeline bigger. This audio here, put it wherever you want. You can leave it there if you want. I'll just make this a bit small, bigger. Here we go, media browser, don't need it, close it. Info, don't need it, close it. Effects, okay, leave that. And history, yeah, leave that. Here is where this is pretty much our media browser, which was here, but this is much better. Use this one, trust me. You can either right click and import. This is how you import your files. You can double click and that'll import it, or you can just go to whatever. Right click import, whatever you want. Create new bin, that's where you put a load of shit. If you have like a fuckload of videos, just put them into, it's pretty much a folder. Bin is another name for a folder. Just put them all in there and they're all nice, safe and sound in there. Just put that. Now we're going to need to make a sequence because as you see our timeline is empty and there's nothing on it. So to make a sequence, you go in this little page, I went to British there, and you go to sequence. And yeah, I deleted that by accident. If you do what I do at the start, you won't have to do that. I just deleted this because I was a derp. So yeah, that's that. I always like a bigger timeline myself, so I always make this a bit bigger here and put it up a bit. There we go. You can put it whatever preference you want. And now we're going to import a file and we're going to start some editing. So here's where the fun part starts. So I better just check what time we're at here. So yeah, I think the best thing to do would leave this until the next part. So in the next part I'm going to show you how to actually edit. So look forward to that. Hooray! And stuff. Yeah.